Hello everyone, Lindsay Price here from Theater Folk. And I'm going to talk today about doing an online performance. With schools being closed, with social distancing, and live productions being canceled, how do you put together an online performance? What does that look like? I had the opportunity to see a class perform on Zoom, and they had a number of procedures in place that I want to share with you. It is a different world, certainly, but the great thing is that theater is all about being flexible. Theater is very resilient, and being able to think on your feet is really important in theater, and a Zoom performance encompasses all of that. And Zoom is an online tool that allows for video conferencing. And I know many teachers use Zoom to hold online live classes and synchronous class activities. You may have another platform that you're using. And what my tips here are mainly dealing with is having you and your students online where everyone can see and hear each other. And the big thing to remember is that it's not going to take the place of a live production. It's not the same at all. I know you know this. And I'm just going to talk about doing a play. I can't really imagine a musical in this context. And if you have had success with that, my hat is off to you. My family tried to sing Happy Birthday on Zoom a couple of weeks ago, and the lag was intense. So that's something actually to keep in mind when you're choosing a play in this format. Unison speaking is not going to work very well over Zoom. It'll just frustrate you. Okay, so tip number 1. Students will not show up. You probably need a procedure in place to deal with this situation. And you have been dealing with students who are not engaging in online live classes for whatever reason. And these reasons are not necessarily because they don't care. It could be because all the computers are taken in the house at that moment. It could be depression. It could be that they cannot engage in drama class in this way, and the only way they know how to respond is to not show up. So don't be surprised if you're planning a performance and 3 actors aren't there. Have a plan for when that happens. Talk to your students about stepping up and being ready to take on additional roles. Maybe even practice having students take on other parts so it's something that they are actually comfortable with. Theater requires flexibility, and this is an excellent opportunity to talk about that. To talk about the show must go on mentality. This is also an opportunity to talk about ensemble, being there for your fellow actors, for your classmates, and about how theater is a team effort. It is a collaboration. These are things that you have probably been talking about in your drama classes from day one, and they didn't go away just because no one's in the same space. Tip number 2. There is a place for tech. It's different, but don't push tech to the side. If you can, have a stage manager who gives silent gesture cues. Thumbs up means go. Have someone run sound. Have your stage manager be the one who leads sessions where actors practice mic and camera procedures, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. Have a costume design student talk to each actor about what they may have at home that they could wear for a costume. And it might be nothing, but allow your tech students to have those conversations. Encourage them to be flexible, to problem solve, to get creative. Now more than ever, your students can put their critical thinking and their creative thinking skills to the test. Tip number 3, Have mic and camera procedures. Have them practice. Everyone turning off their cameras, muting themselves if they're not in a scene or if they're exiting a scene, and then turning them both back on before they enter. This is something that takes timing, just as entrances and exits do in live performances. Connect the actions students have to take in this online performance with what they did or what they do in live performances. And practice, right? Practice them, practice the mic and camera procedures just as you would practice the timing of entrances and exits in a live performance. Okay, number 4. Technology. Technology is not your friend, which is weird because that's all this is, but here's what I mean. So Zoom is inconsistent. Sometimes there's an echo. Sometimes someone will freeze. Sometimes they'll get kicked out of the call. Things will not be perfect, which is actually a really good thing for students to learn and for students to be a part of and experience, right? And just like in live theater, you can encourage students to think on their feet. You can also do some preparation for these situations. For example, you can have one person who is the emergency on-script person who follows along in the script, and if there is a gap between lines, someone didn't show up and a part wasn't accounted for, or the new person forgot, or they got kicked out of the call, it is protocol that the emergency on-script person steps in and says the line. It's all about keeping the flow of the dialogue. This might be a good job for an assistant stage manager. And another reason that technology is not your friend is that you have to be aware and you have to be okay with the varying degrees in picture quality and mic quality from your students. The show will not be perfect, and it's just the way it is, and it's okay. What else? I think that it's a better idea to start with short scenes when you're first trying this out, testing this out, rather than longer, more involved text where students might get frustrated. So start small, practice, establish procedures, try, fail, try again, and then dive into more complicated material. Again, and it's not the same as what they're used to, but there are definitely skills that can be worked on, that can be maintained, that can be developed. Memorization, enunciation, character development, character physicalization. How does a character sit in a chair? What does the character look like from the top of the head and to with their arms? A small space or a screen space is not a limitation to character development. Okay, so I hope that these tips have been helpful as you are starting to consider the possibility of putting on an online performance, the possibility of trying something out and what that might look like and what steps you might take. These are uncertain times, but theater is resilient, and theater people are, I feel, among the very best at problem solving, at critical thinking, at creative thinking, at thinking on your feet. So, all the best to you. Take care and stay safe.